the review of To Abandon the Sacred Beast. Like, comment, and subscribe. With the nation of the Peruvian Civil War comes the creation of half-beast, half-human soldiers, a development of the outnumbered Northerners in despite attempts to conquer the overwhelming Southern forces. Able to quickly dominate battlefields and achieve victory with ease, the soldiers' godlike abilities earned them the name Incarnations. However, as the war rages on, the Incarnation encounter problems involving the beasts inside them they were unable to rectify by ordinary means. Once the war was over, mysterious accounts of the Incarnation submitting to their misfortunes of their war day services. Aware of the horror they faced during the war, Special Sergeant Major and former captain of the Incarnation Hank Henrietta becomes a beast hunter, those who take the lives of Incarnations who have succumbed to the issues they have experienced on the battlefield. After witnessing her father, a former Incarnation soldier, meets his end at the hand of one such beast hunter, Nancy Scal Bancroft revolves the hunt, the man who took her father's life. However, Nancy's eye-opening encounter with the beast hunter influences her to instead seek the reason behind her father's death and the Incarnation's problematic existence to society. This anime has about 12 episodes. It premiered July 1st, 2019 through December 26, 2019. Based off of a manga series, it is action, drama, fantasy, military, shoujo. Each episode is 23 minutes per episode, and this is rated R and 17 plus for violence and profanity. I will say, given the two vibes of the To Abandon the Sacred Beast, it gives off similar vibes to Fairy Gone, if you've seen that anime, and I reviewed the anime in the past as well. Medieval fantasy animes are very rare these days compared to other dramas like rom-com, sci-fi, Sides of Life, and other ones like that. And there are very good ones, even more. As a fan of this genre, and to have the environment and setting in medieval ages, hence to the abandoned sacred beasts, like it immediately caught my eye, especially once I saw the trailer for it, especially since they were rumored to have a season 2 in July 2020. In most recent year, I feel like the excitement for the anime was a lot on my bar of expectations, what to expect out of it, especially when you involve human beings willing to participate to have their DNA transform into beasts to use to win a war between the North side and the South side. With the South, with the plot of the story, was ultimately dominating the war until the North took it into their own hands to create their own like secret weapon or secret key, and that was transforming humans to powerful beasts for destruction of war. But what they failed to realize is the humans who became the victims of becoming these weapons believe that they were special by the army to put on this unknown beast inside them to win the war. However, they failed to realize the consequences that would have on these people until the war actually ended and involved in some type of PTS type battle between them versus the human side and the beast side that, might threaten the existence of people around them and the population as a whole, even after the war is pretty much over. And that's the simple plot of the story. Not bad, and it wasn't that badly executed at start of the anime, but I will say time and time again with this anime, you're dealing with a lot of repetitiveness, especially with each of the beasts and their part in the war, and having this particular hunter hunt down his former comrades in the war. It kind of has like a sad plot to it of this native of plot of, you serve in a war, what's next? Like, do you actually truly belong? And what are the repercussions of actually delving your mind to war and like how that much takes its whole like, human body? And then you have these two protagonists, Hank Henrietta and Scala Bancroft. He is the lovely leader of the Sacred Beasts, as they once were called. He's a pretty straightforward character. I think he feels like the ultimately guilt of trying to kill his comrades in the war, but he has no choice. If he doesn't, someone else will, or 1,000 people will actually get hurt. And the daughter of one of the sacred beasts, witnesses, her father get killed in the village, and she thinks on to revenge her father's death until she gets a truly insight of, the rest of the sacred beasts and the lie that they go through to try to take some normalcy before like the whole B-sides take them over. And in the end, Hank is forced to give them a peaceful send-off, might as well you will say. And I think if it had dove into a second season, I think most of these characters would have fleshed out even more. There were some plot holes and endings that I wasn't really satisfied with, and especially the way that the series ended. Now, mind you, there's a lot you can do with 12 episodes or more, but I feel like, in general, stop me here before wrong, that in order for anime to work, you have to make sure each character is fleshed out perfectly. That way, the reader and the audience is not confused by the end of the anime itself. And I was very confused unless I read the manga series, and that will probably answer most of my questions. Probably, if I just read the series, because the manga does differentiate between the anime full frontally. And I feel like talking about like the animation, with the animation between the fight scenes, the battle scenes, and the characters themselves, and the voice actors who bring these characters to life. I think they're trying to tackle all at once, with it being the particular genre that it is set in, especially for the environment. I'm thinking whatever their budget may be for this anime, that they try to do their best, especially if the studio who produces was MAPPA. I think they did a fantastic job with creating the characters, the environment, and setting. But I feel like it got lost in the muddle of between there being too many battle scenes, not having each character being fleshed out more, like over their life before the war, during the war, and after the war, how they thought they were gonna be happy, and like all these different characters. I just wish they were fleshed out more. I wish their motivations and traits of personality were like stuck out clear that weren't necessarily there before, and to the beginning, to the middle, to the end of the series. And I feel like sometimes the whole scenario and scenes and plot just muddled all together into like a very like straightforward anime that never really got off the ground. But it just deals with like I don't know, if the overall message of trying to make sure like you try not to play God and playing with human DNA that people have no business messing with. But maybe that's just my opinion. I thoroughly enjoyed the series as a whole. I really did. I just wish that they fleshed out a little better about what happened to each of these sacred pieces, like before they committed to the war, like before, the life before it, and like afterwards, and how they slowly try to adjust back into normal society, and then during current day where their former car has to come back and like give them a peaceful setup if they cannot control the power to them that they were given to help to win the war in the first place. Thanks for tuning this review. Give this big video a big thumbs up. Let me know that you liked it, and don't forget to comment down below in the comment section what animes you want me to review next, or any suggestions that you may have. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more contents and more videos in the future, and I will see you soon. Hope you have a nice day. Until then, bye.